Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Wednesday, it's May 16th, 2012. We're going to have a look at a couple of charts here and get some kind of an idea of where the rest of the markets are headed based on those charts. Let's look at the Hong Kong Hang Seng Index, or the HSI. You'll notice here you've got the 50-day moving average, this red line right here. We talked about that when you're in an uptrend. You expect to find support at that 50-day moving average. Once you start closing below that 50-day moving average, you see something's happening, something's starting to change. Your uptrend is starting to fall apart. We see this develop here, and you start to get resistance at those 50-day moving average points. And then at some point, you will pull down to the 200-day moving average, which is this green line right here, and then typically you will find support at that 200-day moving average until you have major problems. Now, you've got support here, you had support here as well as here, and then today, or I should say last night, she just fell apart, absolutely just collapsed, 634 points to the downside. Notice that you've closed below the 200-day moving average, as well as the candlestick formation shows no support there, no buy pressure of any shape or form. This is just a falling apart of this major market here. So whenever you're looking at something like that, you need to remember the same rules applied that apply to the 50-day moving average apply to the 200-day moving average. When you're seeing a close or above that and finding support at that 200-day, then you've got one condition. When you're actually starting to close below it, you're getting major warning signs of not just a sell-off, but a major market collapse here, and that's what's starting to develop here. We also have, if you can look at other charts out there, and you will find that in many cases, except not counting the DAX, but like the FTSE, the French CAC 40 index, those have already sold off below the 200-day moving average. And so when you're seeing those, as well as the Hong Kong Hang Seng Index, as well as several others out there, then you go look at the U.S. markets and you say they're not below the 200-day moving average. Then you're going to ask yourself, well, is the U.S. indicating that the other markets have oversold, or are the other markets indicating that the U.S. is still overbought? I would just go with the latter. I would say that the U.S. markets are still overbought and still have more potential to the downside here. So again, this is just my analysis, but I'm seeing a major market sell-off forming right in front of you. Yesterday we showed you the AORD, Australia's ASX, and you'll notice that this one has sold off substantially. You had some intraday activity, a move to the upside, could have been shorting that, and with a tight stop at that time way up here. We have now advanced the stop. You want to do that in this situation. You are now also closing below the 200-day moving average in this average as well. So whenever you look at these markets and you're seeing a few out there that have yet to do that, if you're seeing sell signs and opportunities to get short in those, I would do that as opposed to trying to jump on these at this point. I mean, they've making money to the downside. The candlestick formations themselves shows you can still see more selling here, and I'm fine with that, but I would still look for those that have yet to cross down below the 200-day moving average before I jumped into something else. Just my personal method out there. I'll be looking for stuff that is still overextended and has more room to the downside, as opposed to those that are leading the roar lower. Okay. All in all, markets are very clearly in an overall downtrend. Anytime you get stopped out from a counter trend bounce, be looking for an opportunity to get short again, because we will go lower. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend, aka share our videos online, or I'll hit you in the face with a brick. God bless. Take care. See you tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.